G'day. So one of the things I get asked a lot when I'm playing Sandbox, because a lot of my time is spent doing pixel art, is how do I make pixel art? What? I usually say, I don't know, or it's complicated, but the truth is, I do know. Oh my god. So, it involves one program called Paint.net. It involves you kind of knowing how to do some basic math calculations, which I'll go over in a little bit. And it also requires you to have normal VIP, so you can have the color building tool, which is this right here. One of the most important things when it comes to doing pixel art is knowing how big your canvas is. A lot of the pixel art I do, if you've seen, album covers that I like, stuff like that. And those typically always tend to be perfect squares. So it's the width and the height, length and base are the exact same, which makes it really easy for sandbox plots because they are a perfect 50 by 50 square. You have two canvases. You've got your 4x4, so you've got it's a 4x4, which gives you 16 colors per canvas block. Some quick maths here. That wasn't the maths I was talking about before. And then you've got a 2x2, which gives you 4 colors. So if you made an entire canvas out of 2x2, it wouldn't be as detailed. It would be, well, it'd be about a quarter of the quality as a 4x4 one. If you're wanting to make a poster or something that exceeds the length of this, then what you can do is you can have more upright canvases. And what this means is that you still have a maximum width, which is still going to be the same, but your height can theoretically go as tall as you want. So you can make posters, you could have you could double this, so it's currently 50 blocks now, so it could be 100 blocks. A 50 by 50 canvas is 200 pixels in length, so it's 200 by 200, which is a measurement we will need to know for later, and I'll probably repeat all this again. So the first thing you're going to want to do is install Paint.net. It's a free software. I prefer using this over software like Photoshop because it has some features that I haven't been able to figure out how to do in Photoshop in the same way that Paint.net allows me to. I'll go over those later on. So once you're on here, there's quite a lot of stuff, but what you want to look for is this link here. By the way, I'll leave this I'll leave this in the description. I'll leave a link in the description. Find this. Get it now. Free download. Paint.net 5.1.2. No, you've got two download options. One paid from Microsoft Store, or a free one from right here. Now, I'm no scientist, but these are the exact same versions and they run the exact same. So if I was smart, I would get the free one, which is what we're gonna do. Another page. This is the final one. Free download now. Paint.net 5.1.2. This is not a virus, I promise. You will click that. You will get a zip file. I'm not going to explain to you how to sort that out. Extract it. Open it. I'll do a cool transition. Woo-doo-woo-doo-woo-doo-woo. So once you're in Paint.net and you've got the window open, it might look a bit different to yours because you might have some stuff on the side here, or you might not. So up here in the top right, there are 4 different little icons. The first one you've got is your tools menu. So with your tools, you've got your kind of basic like selection, cursor, paintbrush, paint bucket, magic wand, all that jazz. Up here, you've got your history. History is more for when you're doing more like Photoshop stuff. If you were to use a software like this for photo editing, you can kind of go back in time to previous states of your canvas. I don't know. You've got your layers tab. Layers is just kind of for like, I don't really know how to explain it. I think if you know what layers are, you do. If you don't, research it. It's not my job to tell you. It's just sort of like layers. I don't know. You'll figure it out. Then we've got the most important, the color wheel. What? With your color wheel, it's obviously how you can select different colors. which we are going to be optimizing a lot for, as you can imagine, pixel art. So now that we've got all of our tools and menus out of the way, we can go up to File and we can go Open. You can open the image that you want to create, so whatever you want your pixel art to be, download it to your computer and open it. So for example here I have the album cover Deaf Consciousness, which is what I'm working on in Sandbox at the moment. But this is a huge image, like this is a giant photo, and there's too many pixels in this for us to convert into Sandbox. It's way too big. So what we can do is go to Image, up here in the top, Resize, not canvas size, Resize. And here we have a menu where we can resize our image. So, width and height. This album cover is a perfect square. The width and height match, it's perfect. If I want to convert this into Sandbox, I'm using a 4x4 canvas. That would mean that for every one block there are 4 pixels, there are 50 blocks on a canvas, so we have 200 pixels. So, I would make my canvas size 200 by 200 pixels. This would be different if you were building, say, a poster, where the height is longer than the width and you've got more of a rectangle. You would want your, I don't know, it all kind of depends. You have to do a little bit of maths and calculations, but it's not too hard. If I was using a 2x2 canvas, my size would be 100 by 100, because it's one block is 2 pixels. So 200 by 200 pixels. Print size doesn't matter. Use gamma correction. I just leave that to whatever it's on. Okay, let's go small. If you can click Control and your mouse wheel to zoom in, you can click down your mouse wheel and it will grab, and you can grab all that. There's a bunch of little shortcuts that you can get used to, but you can also use here to do that. And if you move your layers tab up, there's a zoom feature here, but I prefer to use the shortcuts. But it's easier. So once you've got your pixelated image, this is now ready to be converted into Sandbox, but there are a few things that we should probably do first, because if you zoom in, you'll notice that there's a lot of colors here. It would take a long time to manually select each of these colors and then paste that corresponding ID into the Sandbox color palette tab thing. So what we can do, and this is a feature that I have not been able to get working in software like Adobe Photoshop, and that's why I've been recommended to use this. You go to Effects up in the top, Color, Quantize. I don't know what that means, but we get here another pop-out tab. First thing that I always like to do is drop my dithering level to 0. If you look here, when I put my dithering level up, it adds kind of noise. It adds noise to the photo, and I'm not a fan of that. It makes it look messy. Colors is the most important part. 256 colors. That is a lot of colors. I like doing 50 colors. That's just me, that's my preference. I think it's, for bigger ones, it makes the image look nicer. Some people I know, Bluezor, who showed me this method, I know he likes to do 11 colors, which, as you can see, isn't the nicest, but another thing that we can do is go algorithm and change that to median cut. Oh, that doesn't look that good. Maybe it would look nicer on 50. Yeah, see, I'm not a fan of that. I prefer Octree. I don't know what they mean, but that's what I've made mine on. That's what this is the exact pixel canvas that I have for my Sandbox one right now. So, once you've done that and you've chosen how many colors you want, obviously the less colors you have, the way more easier it's going to be. Like, you'll see, especially this image, like most of this is just like blocks of color. It's very much just like, it's very straightforward. You'll see here with the dithering level as well, when we put it up to a higher level, you see where that noise comes into play. I don't like how that looks. I think it looks ugly and messy. So I just always have it 0, but that's kind of down to preference. If you want to have it up higher, you can. Click OK. Great, we've got our image. I'm going to zoom in again, and this is the important part. I'm going to go up here. This is the title of the album. I'm going to select the color picker tool on the tool menu. If you don't remember how to get that, it's up here. Or you can press the shortcut, yes, K. You can press K. Now, you can click on any color on this image. Let's take this green here. Wow. Now, on the color palette, it selects the color, and what you want to look for is this hex code right here. Control C. So once you're in Sandbox, and you've got your canvas, so open your color palette, go to advanced. You can only do this if you have normal, the first tier of VIP. You can unlock the color wheel. You've got your hex code here. Paste the hex code from before into here. Go use color, and all of a sudden you have the color from paint.net. Oh my gosh, look at this. You're gonna have to do some calculations to figure out where on your canvas this pixel corresponds to. I'm not gonna show you, but you know, now all you have to do is just go through, select all the different colors and whatnot, and then plop them on here, wherever it may be. In fact, let's do a cool like transition. Ready? You have never seen anything quite as cool as what I'm about to show you. Prepare. Oh my god, how did he do that? That is some magic. That is some magic if I've ever seen it. So yeah, it's a slow process. The bigger, obviously, like I said, the bigger size canvas you have, the longer it's going to take. I am still trudging my way through. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chunks left to finish on this one. I've split mine up, so I've got grids kind of that I've set up, and it makes it easier for me to follow along. So like, say for example, this grid here, I have not finished. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope that you make awesome pixel art in the future, and you make awesome content, and you become a featured builder. Yay!